Hello and welcome to the channel. So it's hunting season and elk, moose, bears, they're all looking for a safe haven. So there's tickets for bears and elk, overpopulation of bears. Right, let's focus. So it's about 3 degrees this morning, but just, anyhow, today is the day. That big tree in front of the cabin's coming down, and this section up the top here is being cleared from the big trees, all standing over the cabin. It is that day. It's the last section to do. There's sporadic trees in different places, but that's the bulk of up here. This is the bulk, this one, and then it's a bit difficult to see. We'll move the camera position once we've taken that one down, but I figured that would be, down here would be the best position to look at it. Also gives you some idea of what I've been working on. Yeah, there's definitely something with... There's definitely something with some weight to it, trying not to be heard. They tend to get pushed into the safe havens. And since I'm so close to a village, they're getting the dogs ready. Right. Once I start the chainsaw, anything that was here won't be here very long. Wow. Except that female moose, but she's on the other side of the valley, I hope. Anyway, we're going to set you up here. We're going to take this one out first, and then we're going to move across and start taking out these. Yeah, looks good. So it's not the felling that kills my back, it's the limbing. Felling, yeah, that's not a problem, but limbing up like that murders my back. Right, let's change position. Right, we're gonna have a cup of coffee, and then this group here has to go. All of them are capable of reaching the cabin. Not a problem for me. Better over, there's no wind at all. And just about through there, make out the rivulet. Whilst I remember the X-Force Husqvarna bar and chain that we put on yesterday, well, that's just run for an hour and 15 minutes solid, and I've just put the very smallest turn to tighten that chain. So unlike traditional chains, do you know, something I saw yesterday which I didn't mention is the brass coloured link. So I have to carry a marker pen round, I'm sure like everybody does, marks the top of the link they start sharpening on and going around, but of course with that you don't need to. Anyway, it's an hour and 15 minutes of solid running, and I've just put the smallest turn on that. So that means that their claim of pre-tensioning in the factory, does it save you time? Yes. Is it safer? Yes. Does it prevent the chain from getting pinched when you're not noticing that it's getting loose? Yes. Great. So yeah, it doesn't need sharpening. It's as sharp as it was when I started. So we're going to go and, you know, take down some more. Look at that sad thing sitting in there. Well, it's not sad. Just don't need it. This is lighter, easier for me to use today. There's nothing big enough for that. Now you'll remember, well you might remember if you've seen it, it's in a previous video, I've talked about marker trees. And here's a great example of marker trees. So boundaries tend to be marked with the existing trees. And the boundaries are close, but obviously they're on existing trees. So let's turn this around. We're looking at what we've got here. I'd take those two out, I would. And that's really for the late afternoon sun. But here's a classic example. Those two trees there. This one, the tallest one. Right, that's a marker tree. And that one is a metre behind it. Now when they cut the forest on this side, they never cut that. Even though it's on their side, they never cut it. And that one's the marker tree. That means it can't come down as long as there's a post put back in its place, like there are down there. And down here, there's a 4-way post. So this tree here, this is a marker tree, but it's been left. And those two trees there, they're marker trees and they've been left. So how are we doing? There's another 50 minutes cut time. Have we got any slack in there? No, not so you'd know. You know, and it's cutting as well as it did when I started, and it feels so sharp. So sharp. Yeah. That's nothing like the old Husqvarna chains. X-cut. That's where it's at. That's definitely where it's at. They're like cat's claws. They are. Amazing. Right, coffee and fuel. We'll limb up that one there, and then we'll take down any stragglers. And I've still got to go and knock on that big birch. I'm absolutely positive that's dead in the middle, but I'm going to knock on it with my axe and find out. That's the inner one of the three. Put the chainsaw down so on. That's this one. And while we're walking around the front, let's walk around the front. So, for those of you who've been watching this series, know I've been deliberating over a tree for months. Well, I made a decision this morning, and I made a decision that's coming out. So, some of these big spruce here, the owner kind of gave me free range, and she's marked some of them up, and I said to her what was nice and what wasn't, and some I'd like to leave, and some I wouldn't. Now, there's no need for two there. The trouble is, if you take one, the other one's going to be bare and looks horrible. This is the one I've been deliberating over. So you've got this big one at the back here, and this one is, it's not so nice. It's too close. This big one here is not bare on the side. Also, with the building over there, it's these heavy spruce that make the dank conditions. Anyhow, this one here, that one's coming out. Absolutely made a decision on that. And then over here, we've still got these little bushes to take out on this corner. Oh, I haven't crossed that stump either. I've just got to clear those away from the building. And then I'm going to have to check the boundary on this side, but these small ones need knocking out to air that. And, oh, right. So, this over here. Remember we took down a big spruce right behind that, and there was a termite's nest, and I covered it up to protect it. Well, I'm sure somewhere there's some footage, and if there is, I'll dig it out for a comparison. We can't see what's going on under there, and I've got no intention of disturbing those. However, we piled up a load of the tops over here, and the termite's nest here has grown exponentially. Amazing, quite incredible. So what I didn't do, somewhere there'll be some footage of this, and like I say, if I can find it, I'll dig it out. This was a reasonable sized termite's nest, but with all the foliage I've packed up there, it's so much closer. So the armies, they can gather it and increase the size and therefore the insulation much quicker. So I think this has grown overall the whole thing has expanded. It was much smaller than that, and that's a result of all this stuff I've pushed here. They're right on top of it, and they can gather. Oh. Maybe somebody be dying to get out now. Oh. You don't look that interested in getting out, do you? Oh. We'll have a cup of coffee now and then carry on in a bit. Right, 3 months of deliberation. I'm going to show you what I mean. So we're stood outside the front door of the cabin. There should be a table and chairs out here, but anyway. I've already seen it, now I'm going to show you. Let's see if my eyes see the same thing that my mind's eye did. I don't know how I do it, but I'm really pleased I do. There. Okay, there's the front door. Let's stand up against the front door. That's what it should look like. Just except down there. I've got to open this up a bit. Yeah. That's what I thought I could see. So much better. And see how healthy that tree is? That one down there laying down, that one's healthy. But that one behind it, that's very healthy. And everything surrounding the building in close proximity is more than healthy. Right. Let's set up for the hauling then. So I've stood up here now. Oh, look at that view. Dang. Look at that view. Now I know a lady who is going to be so over the moon with that. Yeah. I don't know why it took me so long to... Anyway, it did. I don't like felling trees. What? No, that's not true. That's a lie. I like felling trees, but there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason. And well, there's just another view you can see. Sweden is known for planting more trees than it crops, and that's true. Living in the heart of one of the biggest forests in Europe, I can tell you, that's definitely true. But nevertheless, felling trees, sometimes you just have to, and when you have to, it might as well be me, right? And that's what it does. It opens up a beautiful piece of land that's been neglected for a long time. I need to get in here. I'm not looking forward to that because it's all just little stuff. I don't get paid for any of that. I don't get paid for any of this. I don't get paid for any of this, but boy, am I grateful for the timber. Am I ever? What am I into it for? I don't know. I've been working at it for 3 months now, so I don't know. Diesel and petrol, probably not a lot, but it's a lot of hard work and takes up a lot of time. So normally in the summer, I wouldn't be able to take my time out of my week to be able to do this because of commercial work. But with the late start this year and my back and the operation and can't hold the camera steady enough. Anyway, I'm assuming it's an ellie, moose, elk. What was I saying? Can't remember. Anyway, fuck it. Oh, right. Let's get set up for winching then. Oh, more coffee. That's it. More coffee. Yeah. That's been on the floor there, I don't know, an hour. Now if I'm right, okay. There was no movement in that termite hill this morning, and the scouts are out and they know this is down, and they're going to devour as much as they can, as fast as they can. It's like a gift from God for them. Another fresh kill so they can build this up and insulate it even more. Yeah, they're all over this like a bad rash. Nice. Yeah. Well, that's taken a while to winch them over there, but that's a lot less stress and injury on my truck. And she's taken a bit of a battering on this job, I've got to say. It's quite sad. So the original Land Cruiser flaps gone. Now I have actually taken them off before they got completely destroyed so that I can put them back on. But that's what they look like. And as you can see, that's the only one left. And that's because it's been on the upside of the road. The rest have just got ripped off. It's quite sad really, but anyhow, she's got to work. It's the only way I can do this. I can't do this any other way. Anyway, more coffee. Right, that's that lot pulled over there. Let's stay there while I find out what's going on. Let's just stay there. Well, no, actually that's probably a bad idea, because then you can't get out, can you? If a bear comes in the window here, how are you going to get out? Right, anyway, that's what's pulled down over the hill. There we got quite a lot more. And then one more over there, so there's only a couple of big ones to take out. So just got a few pieces to drag around there. It's a shame that long one couldn't go up and over the top. Anyway, that's cleared out the top there and all down the side. We're going to put all our equipment away now and call it a day. But that's all the cutting. Well, I say that, other than the odd one or two. And I'm glad we took this one down, because that's really opened that up now. Yeah, it's quite nice. So how did we do with our X-Force bar and our X-cut chains? Well, that's the end of the day. I've got to have a guess, and I'd say that was 3 hours continuous cutting. In softwood, not touching the ground, nothing nasty. I honestly believe that's as sharp as it was when I put it on yesterday. Yeah, and now it's worn into the bar. I expect if we did the same cuts we did yesterday, it would be even better. So I'm thoroughly impressed with the Husqvarna X-Force bar and the X-cut chains. Yeah, I'm converted. Well done, Husqvarna. Okay, that is it today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.